Welcome back to A&A. As you can see, I'm in a strange position here. Everything seems to, obey Murphy's Law, where whatever can go wrong will go wrong. I think I'm on my last vehicle that doesn't have some type of pending repair issue. And this is Old Faithful here, this is my daily. Check engine light came on, so hooked the tester to it and read the code. It's the crankshaft position sensor. Now, it took me a minute before I could find it, even after I read where it's actually located at. So I'm on the passenger side of the truck here, and I'm going to see if you can see it, because from where I am, I can barely see it. Let me get under here just a little. All right. It's supposed to be just behind the harmonic balancer on the passenger side of the engine. Well, one thing that's in the way is this right here. It's like a steering stabilizer. All right, so we're going to have to get that out of the way. And the little sensor, you can't really see it from here. I think it's behind those two wires right there. They got it hid pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. It may be, I don't know. I think the first step is going to be to take the stabilizer loose on this end and drop it down so we can maybe at least see it a little better. Let's do that. All right, so I took the steering stabilizer out of the way. You'll need a 5/8 socket for that. And so I've got two hands, and it's gonna make this kind of difficult, but all right, so that's the two wires. Well, behind those two wires, see if I can hold the light and move the wires. All right, that's it. At the tip of my finger I'm pointing at, that's it right there. I believe the bolt that holds it on is an 8mm, and man, it's like there may be enough room for a couple of fingers in there, but I don't know. I've got my 1/4 inch with an 8mm socket, and the bolt is right here. It's going to be tricky, but it's not impossible. Just know that you're going to have to drop your steering stabilizer to even really see it. And I don't know how exactly I'm going to pull this off, but there is a little access hole in the frame. See if I can show it to you right there. You might can you'll need a couple of lights, because it's kind of dark under here even with the shop lights on. You might can run a long extension with a swivel on it up through that hole to get to the sensor. I'm gonna try to do it from right here without an extension. I'm gonna try to see if I can't do it from here. If I had someone to hold a phone, you could watch me, but I'm just gonna try to get it from right here with my 1/4 inch. I can get a couple of fingers in there and maybe we can pull this off. But that's your air conditioning compressor right there. Locating it is just a trick. So air conditioning compressor's right there. It is right there beside your air conditioning compressor. All right, let me see if I can get a 1/4 inch in there and see if we can't get it out. All right, I think I got a plan here. You don't have to go through the access hole in the frame. Just get you a couple of long 1/4 inch extensions and just go straight at it from, just up under your air conditioner compressor right there. I'm on the front of this this frame member, and a couple of long 1/4 inch extensions. You just go straight on at it, and it feels solid. I think it's going to work. I haven't actually tried to, you know, to turn it with the ratchet yet, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm attempting. This is the easiest thing right here, if it works. So let me try it. I have to put the phone down. All right, that worked. With the only exception is you are going to have to put a swivel on the end, and your 8mm got to be a short with a swivel, and you can get it on the head of the little bolt, and that sucker was in there tight, and I couldn't get a lot of leverage under here with my 1/4" ratchet, so I had to put a little short cheater bar, but come out pretty easy. So now I have to I got to get the electrical pigtail unplugged somehow, and then I got to pull that sensor out somehow, and there's an O-ring on it. That's what seals it from that's why oil doesn't spill out from around it, because it is in the block. There's an O-ring, so sometimes those can kind of be hard to get them to come out, especially in a tight spot like that. All right, yeah, we got the old one out, and you're gonna see me use these pliers in the next video or two. I have found so many useful uses for these pliers. In this case, I was able to reach up in there, grab around the sensor, twist just a little bit, it pulled right out. I couldn't get my hands in there to save my life, but these things will act as your fingers for you. Comes in incredibly handy. I don't know what they're called, but I've broken hoses loose. You know how a heater hose will be kind of frozen onto the connection, and you got to twist it to get it broke loose. Well, these, you just reach down there and grab the hose and twist it. It doesn't damage the hose. They're really cool. I bought them off of Amazon. It was probably $10, but great pair of pliers. If you don't have them, you need to get them. I don't know what they're called, but they have the little I don't know, they got a round end on them like that. All right, now we gotta get the new one in, but here's the trick. This end is magnetized, because and if I had a particle of metal, actually I could pick my screwdriver up with it. So these things, as the crankshaft rotates, and the magnet picks up as it's rotating, that's how it tells what position the crankshaft is in. So we need to make sure the new one goes in good and clean and nothing is stuck to the end of it. Otherwise, we could get a false reading and our truck's not going to start. So let's get the new one, clean our hands up, and see if we can't get it in there. We'll want to see this little O-ring right here. We'll want to make sure on the new one we put some type of lubricant on it so it'll slide in nice and easy. I like to use the silicone grease. Well, success. New sensor is in, and if you see that little tiny patch of blue shop towel, that's the bolt. And you see my little wire, this white wire. I had to basically loop that around those wires to keep them pulled out of the way while I was installing the new sensor. Otherwise, that magnetic sensor is bumping around on everything while you're trying to get it in there, and you get trash on the end of it. So I just tied those wires out of the way, got the sensor in. Getting the bolt in is a little tricky, because you can't see if the hole in the sensor mounting hole is lined up with the hole in the block. So I put a little piece of paper towel over my socket, you know, so your bolt won't fall out. So just put a little tiny patch of paper towel, stick the head of your bolt in there so then your bolt don't fall out. So you got your short socket with a little paper towel and your bolt is stuck in there. Take the socket with the bolt that's stuck in it, and you can reach up there and you can get it started. You can't turn it but once or twice, but you can get it started. You need to get it started. Then you put your extensions and your swivel. You can get your extension with your swivel inserted back into the socket at that point, and then you can tighten it on down. But yeah, I would recommend a little patch of shop towel to keep your bolt from falling out. Inside your 8mm socket. You can get your fingertips in there to just get it started, and then pop your extensions with your socket back in there. Extensions with your swivel back into your socket. And it's easy to do. It's no problem. Once you get in there, you'll see. And just start cranking her down. Reattaching the wire was easy. The little pigtail kind of wants to go back where it was anyway. So once I got those two wires pulled out of the way up there, it was pretty easy to get it plugged in. So not a very difficult job. It's a little tedious, but I wanted to show you how I did it because I've seen some of the others, and I always try to do it the easiest way. And the way I did it, it's probably about the easiest way that there is. It's just not an easily accessible spot. It's tight, but it can be done. It's taken me probably 30 minutes, so not too shabby. They got the old girl. She ought to be good now. Tell you what, let's put our key in. Let's see if it'll start and make sure the check engine light doesn't come on. All right, y'all keep an eye. See the little check engine light? Now it should go off after we start the engine. Give it time to computer to read a signal. All right, it's not going off. Let's just try backing the truck out of the shop and then pulling it back in. Maybe it needs it to move. I don't know. Let's just see. Hey, I didn't ask if y'all wanted to come along for a ride, but I brought you anyway. So the check engine light wasn't going off, so I hooked the code reader to it, and I was pulling up all kinds of old codes, but the crankshaft position sensor was gone. That code was gone, but there was a lot of old codes in there for whatever reason. So I cleared all of those, and I'm taking it down the road here. I've gotten to my halfway point to where I wanted to go, so I've pulled over here, gonna turn around and head back to the shop. So far there's no codes popping up. Check engine light is not coming back on. So let's head back and give her an onion or two and see if we can't call this fix complete. It's running great. Everything sounds normal, acting the way it should. That ABS light, it started coming on a month or so ago, and I haven't checked into it or anything. Not sure what that may be. That's probably gonna be next on the list, but the list is long, man. You know, priorities. Gotta prioritize, and right now that's not high on the priority list, really. Next on the list for this truck, but there's other things that are more important right now. So doesn't look like she's coming back on. I'm gonna pull to the shop and I'm gonna put the code reader on it just to make sure. Of course, with the check engine light on, there shouldn't be any codes in there. So I'm gonna call it a success. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you on one of your projects. You can definitely do it. It is not it's not that difficult, a little tedious maybe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We've got something special coming up. A&A Diversified is actually about to get diversified. If you want to see what that means, subscribe to us. I think you might like it. Also got a video coming up. The next chance we can get together with our friends in Missouri. Got a video that's called "Prepare for the End." Now, you've heard me say that video's coming out. Well, it is coming out. It's called "Prepare for the End." You won't want to miss it. I think you'll find it very interesting. You guys have a good day, and look, please be kind to one another. See you next time.